guys, sorry this video has taken me so long to film. I originally wanted to do a 1 month chuffed update. Turns out it's 2. December was crazy. I finished one job. I'm starting a new one on Monday. I finished uni and I ended up in hospital getting my appendix taken out. So apologies for the delay, but I thought I would quickly film a very short video because I think these skates are great. Yeah, so I have been skating, I'll get the other one. I have been skating on these, I think it was just after, I think it was November. I'll put the date, the first date here, just so that you know for sure. But it has been about 2 months. 2 months will be sometime in the middle of January. So I'll just show you some of the wear that I've had in 2 months. Full disclaimer, not only do I predominantly skate at skate parks, I just fall over a lot, like all the time. So if you are a really sturdy skater, you don't fall over often, your wear might be different than mine. However, for 2 months, I'm still super stoked. So like with most wheels, you can see that the logo has worn off. That's just normal, I think. I don't know if there's any exterior logo that will stay on. The wheels themselves have been going really, really well. I did a trail lake skate just before Christmas, and these guys really held up. I had originally wanted to change my wheels to my Energy Radars and I just forgot. So I think they did quite well. I don't endurance skate a lot, and my fitness in that capacity is quite poor, but I still think they went really well. However, in the future for those lake skates, I am going to switch my wheels, just because obviously my Idol wheels are bigger and softer, and I just think they're a really good stock wheel. That's the other thing that I really liked about these skates, like the stock things. And I don't know a lot about skates and parts and things, but the stock parts that are on this skate, they just feel so good for stock. Toe stops, again, I use them a lot. I think, sorry, the lighting is really bad, but I think they have worn quite evenly, which I really appreciate. My bolt-ons for my original skates just wore at such odd angles, but these guys have worn pretty much. Now you can obviously tell which one I use more, but they're relatively flat still, which I really like. A lot to say about my block, by the way, of that I just love it. I think if you are buying skates for the first time and you know that you want to skate at a skate park, these have just made learning new things at the skate park so much easier, but also just really fun. Just unlocked so many things. Obviously I've gotten better as well, so that's a part of it, but I just think these are such a great addition, and I wouldn't not have them on any skate now that I was doing a skate park with. And I fall over a lot. That's a common theme in my life, but because I do that, this is obviously worn. However, I mean, I just think the wear and tear shows that I use them, and I have a lot of fun in them. If I was ever going to do a really big spruik up hiding my skates, I would, and I wanted to fix that, I would just get nail polish in that colour and paint it on. Again, I don't care. I think that's really hard pressed to find a skate that wouldn't, but I wanted just to show you the wear that I've had for 2 months. The suede has handled really, really well. Again, you can see where I fall on my skates, and I don't know if I have it. Oh, I do. So one thing that we have for our suede shoes is this suede eraser, and so this is what I've been using if I ever want to just buff out dirt or, I don't know, marks. It has like a rough side. On my actual shoes, you can use that to buff out scratches and stuff. I found on my skates though, it's a bit too harsh. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can, but I just found it to be a little bit too harsh, and so I just use this softer side. It has been really good with just buffing out things, so if you have one of those handy, I use it on my skates and it works. The other thing that I did end up doing is I did Scotch guard these. I don't actually skate in the rain when it's wet. So I don't really know if that has made a difference, but I just like knowing the peace of mind that at least I did it. And that's something that I also will do if I ever do a big refresh, is to do that again. The other thing that you can't see, because it's underneath this toe guard, which, by the way, this one's a bit marked because I kept hitting a wall, but isn't it cute? These are from the Holy Bale. Kate just makes the cutest stuff, and so I'll link her shop in the description. But before I had these on, I just had the toe, see, I don't know what stuff's called, the toe strip from Shore Grip, which is great. I love them. But I got a black one, looked amazing, but the black suede from the underneath and the suede of this rubbed, and so they are kind of like stained underneath. Again, I don't mind because I always have a full toe guard on them, so you don't notice it. However, if you are worried about that, the black is obviously quite rich, and so it did transfer. Slowly but surely, as I use my eraser, it is coming out. I think if I fully wash them with special stain remover stuff, then it would really come out, but that's just another thing to keep in mind. I didn't realise, but it's possible that the suede on suede does a bit of a transfer. And in terms of wear, and it might be on my, oh no, it's on this one. Also, again, my falling over thing, I think obviously I did land quite hard one time and I popped or broke a stitch in the top of the boot. However, I have a lot of sewing and embroidery things, and obviously you can, because the suede is so thick, when you do sew through it, it leaves little holes, normal sewing thing, but I could see those little holes where the original stitches were, so I kind of just plucked out the stitch that I broke and went back through and just did a back stitch through it. I'm not too fast, but that is just another area of wear that I've had. I actually think it looks really cute. I've seen a few of my friends like attach embroidered patches and like flowers and stuff, and I think that looks absolutely adorable. So that might be something that I do, customize these in the future. But yes, that is something that I did and something that I fixed myself. They're still fitting really well. I think in my original video I mentioned my sizing was really weird. But these fit like a dream. I can skate for longer and I don't get as much foot pain. I think it's because they are nice and snug, and they fit to my foot really well. The plate is still, again, amazing. I think in my original video, I was talking about loosening the trucks. I did loosen the trucks and it skated like an absolute dream. I always thought I was just really bad at crossovers, and then I loosened my trucks and it was amazing. However, because I was predominantly skating at skate parks, it was just too much and I ended up basically putting them back. So I guess that just depends on what kind of skating it is that you do. But I have found the regular tightness or quite a tight truck has worked for me really well. And there's not much that I would kind of look to upgrade to it. I think I'll get a new toe stop just because I would like to have a backup ready to go. Other than giving my wheels a good clean because they're disgusting, I don't even think I would look to replace them. I just think they're such a good stock wheel, to the point that if Chuffed ever sold them individually, I'd just buy and replace them, especially if they were a really like effective price point. Again, I've not tried too many, so I don't have a whole lot to compare it to, but again, I'm just so impressed, particularly because they are an Australian brand and they're a new brand, and it's really good to support local skate makers. Now, the one downside, or the one thing that I changed, and it does really come down to personal preference, but as you can see, these are not the stock laces. They are the pink stock laces for the Moxie skate that a friend of mine ended up giving me because I just found the stock laces very, very short. I have seen pictures of like some marketing Chuffed photos and then just like people using Chuffed skates in general, and they managed to lace them up and get a whole bow. I could never do that. I don't know if it's because I lace them differently to those pictures, or I don't know if the photos ones are like the laces are actually a different length, but I could never get all the eyelets done up and get a full bow. I would get, on one side I would get a really small bow, and on the other side I would or sometimes just get like a knot. And even then they still felt too loose in my ankle and I wanted more, which is why I changed them out. I mean, this allows me to fully wrap around the ankle, which I don't really need, but it's better than what I had. I found the original laces, just for my personal preference, really frustrating. If you are someone that doesn't use this eyelet and just laces up to here, I think you should be able to lace them fine. It was just me going up to this part, which, I don't know, you normally do anyway, but they were just so short, which was kind of disappointing because I just think the colour was really cute. I don't have them with me, but it was like a cream colour. I just think it looked really nice on the skates. It would have looked really cool with my purple guards, but they just did not work for me. That's probably the only thing that I would change, is to just have the option for longer laces. I'm not sure why they weren't longer, but yeah. And really that comes down to personal preference. If you like a short lace, you're not going to have a problem. But for me, I like them longer, so clearly I've changed them. So really good skate, particularly if you are... I know now when I first bought them, they were only Australia and maybe New Zealand, whereas I now know they've got a UK stockist, and I think they can also ship to different parts of Asia. But particularly if you're in those locations and you're looking at buying them, I think they were really good, really good quality skate. As I said, there's not much I would change other than just some longer laces. So 10 out of 10 for me. I think I'll be skating on them quite a while, which makes me really stoked, but also really sad, because one thing I wanted to do this year is create a Vans custom set, which I just think is so much fun. But then, I don't know, these are like my babies and I won't use them as often if I have 2 sets. So that kind of tells you how much I really like them, that I'm hesitant to create a second set, because I like to skate in these. But anyway, I hope that little update helped. If you have any other questions about sizing and things like that, maybe leave them below. But yeah, enjoy and have a lovely afternoon. Bye!